We are going to study about what my perfect teacher. I'm not going to detail because there's two reasons. One reason is already our Rinpoche he explained detailed way and clearly. And also one reason still my English is not enough to explain a detailed way, profound way, so quite difficult. So I want to explain you resume way or like easy way how we practice. We already, maybe there's many people already studied word my perfect teacher a few times. Some people already read a few times. So more and less you understand very well, I'm surely. But now maybe it's the time. What is important, how we use it, what we studied, what we understood, how we use with our daily practice. That is so important. That's why. So I'm going to explain the most points, most important, most like connect our daily practice. These are I'm going to try to explain one by one, chapter by chapter. So the first chapter, the difficult of find the freedoms and advantages. Find the freedoms and advantages. Even we got human life, but there also many difficult to find the freedoms and advantages. This chapter have few maybe divisions inside, small chapters inside you can say, but anyway, the first start the right attitude and the right conduct. That is very important for Buddhist point of view when you study, listening, practice, meditation, whatever you do in the virtual things, whenever you're doing things. The attitude is very important. Also, of course, conduct. It is very important to have this attitude each time you are listening to teaching and all practice them. Whenever you need, necessary. Without right attitude, without right conduct, then it's not can be pure dharma, pure practice. So that's why Pater Rinpoche also, when he wrote the word my perfect teacher, he start right attitude, right conduct. So very important. We also need to study. Only study is not enough. We have to keep in your mind, in our mind. That is important. When you make or do virtual things, it doesn't matter. Listen, practice, or meditate, or you like measure manners, many things or small things, just small things to do, positive things. Whenever you do something positive, the most important is the three supreme methods. These three supreme methods you know very well. Everybody knows very well this. But sometimes it's difficult to remind it, remember it. So that's why I want to remind to you again. You know, the Buddhist way, someone when teaching, any kind of teaching, profound teaching, detailed the teaching, sutra, tantra, doesn't matter. Whenever the teacher starts teaching, the beginning they always remind for the student, for the Dharma brothers and sisters, bodhicitta, generate bodhicitta. They start always generate bodhicitta. Of course, everybody know Dharma practitioners, bodhicitta is important. We need to generate bodhicitta. That is everybody knows. But why is repeat every day, every time, every session, beginning the sessions? Because this is for remind. If someone maybe don't remember, then this is a remind. If someone remember, but this makes more is energy, more stronger. You're the bodhicitta. Generate bodhicitta. That's why I want to also the way of Patrul Rinpoche right here first three supreme methods. So I want to also introduce you how to use this three supreme method with our daily practice. The last Sunday already I mentioned, you know, it's very important. There's a PIDA instruction 4 times combined or together. That means like 24 hours we cannot go away out or cannot go away our practice. We have to practice always 24 hours. This already I mentioned. So it's similar here also. Here first, what is important? The first is generate the bodhicitta. Generate bodhicitta. That's the most important. Of course, if you connect with the daily practice, the morning you get up, last time already I mentioned, we cannot get up as a normal person, like an ordinary person. Why? Because we are now practitioner. We thinking also we are practitioner. Maybe outside the people also looks us, oh, they are practitioner. So anyway, we are on this way, practitioner ways. So we cannot get up as a normal person or ordinary person. So what do we need? Immediately we have to generate our bodhicitta. Today, or during our daily practice, you can say, or start when you begin, you can say, today I'm going to do beneficence for the others. Of course, you can think ourselves also, but mainly since we are the higher vehicle practitioner, Terpachinbo, in Tibetan we quote, so we have to think the others. So I'm going to do some positive things, meaningful things, benefits for others. I'm not going to do any harm for others. So this, you need this motivation when you wake up, when you get up. That is important. Then each time you are going to do something positive things during the day, of course, each time you need to keep the bodhicitta. That is important. That is we call like first beginning. We need this one. Also, if you have this one bodhicitta, like if you in your mind arise this bodhicitta as a skillful means to make sure that the action becomes a source of good for the future. You can see yourself, you can analyze yourself. What I'm doing now, this is have good result in future. This is a benefit for others. You can see, you can show yourself. This is the generate Buddhist, the bodhicitta. This is first important. This is one of the three supreme methods we need always. Then, while you carrying out the actions, of course, is virtual actions. It is positive actions. That time, what is important? You have to try to avoid getting involved in any conceptualization, any thought. Of course, if this thought is like with emotions, it's very bad. But even not emotions, just conceptualization or just like thoughts, like neutral thoughts, or I can say useless thoughts. Also, we can't have these things. I mean, we have to try to avoid these thoughts. Try to concentrate what we are going to do, what we are doing, the positive actions, good actions. If you have this concentration with what you do in these positive things, positive actions, so that the merit cannot be destroyed by these circumstances. So it's very important. It's necessary. That means when you are doing something, listening or practicing, meditate, whatever the positive things, whatever for benefit things. So that time you cannot mix your mind with emotions and also useless thoughts. The very important, your mind always with bodhicitta and also concentrate clearly, one-pointedly to doing these good actions. That's very important. Then the end, the important is dedicate. Dedication is very important. If you don't dedicate, then it can be destroy your virtual things, what you did. Sometimes with a very strong emotion, like maybe anger, then it destroy the merit, the virtual things, the good actions. If you dedicate this merit, which will ensure that it continually grows ever greater, and that means like continuously better and better, develop, increase the good action, this virtual things, you did these positive things. Let's never destroy any times with this. Even you have emotions coming, emotions arise, cannot destroy. That's why as dedicating is very important. So now these three supreme methods, if you apply with your daily practice, I can say easy way. Morning when you start, please try to remember the bodhicitta. What I'm going to do today during the day? Okay, I'm going to do benefit for others. I'm going to do reduce or try to stop emotions. With this idea, then you're doing good actions. Try to always good actions. If not good actions, try to transform good action. Then the end, the evening, already I mentioned what we have to do last on Sunday. Dedicate prayers. What you are going to dedicate? Mainly what you did today, included then what you did all your life, even the past life, even whatever exists, the positive virtual things in this world, you can dedicate for the sentient beings. So this is a dedication. It's very, very important. These three is we have to have, since we are practitioner. When you practice something, you need always. This is we call the three supreme methods. Then maybe someone think, okay, these three supreme methods, like morning, you have to remember the generate the bodhicitta, and then during the day try to focus, then dedicate evening only. Not only like that. This is also one way. If you can, each session, if you generate the bodhicitta and focus one pointedly, or try to your mind turn to the good actions, try to diminish or abandon, avoid emotions, and try to each time you dedicate all the virtual things for the sentient beings. It's very good, very good. But if you can't each time do this, then yes, I'm saying like at least one day you need to these three supreme methods go through. That is important. Now it's Buddhist, the practitioner attitude and the conduct It's important. That's why they always start attitude and the conduct. Now, our attitude is also, we can divide. There's two type attitude. The vast attitude of the bodhicitta and the vast skill in means of the secret mantrayanas attitude. So when we say the vast attitude of bodhicitta, what kind this attitude, how we practice, how we use this for our daily practice. For example, we can say, we can just think first all the sentient beings in this world, or you can say six realms, all the sentient beings tormented by the tormented, suffering, all of the six realms of existence. So I want to lead them or take them state of omniscient or Buddhahood, or like make to peace or make to happy. And also I want to make them free from all the karmic phenomena, habitual patterns and suffering. This is, if you think about this is we called vast attitude of bodhicitta. You are not thinking yourself, you are not thinking your family, you are not thinking only your relatives, you are not thinking only your surrounded, your friends. You are thinking in this world, or you can say like six realms, not only human beings, all the sentient beings who is tormented or suffering in this world. So that is the, also not only their suffering, I'm also suffering with them. No. Commit in your mind, I'm going to lead them, I'm going to take them, I'm going to liberate them. 100%, surely I'm going to do it. That is the vast attitude of the bodhicitta. Then, it's an easy way. I'm going to explain also short way. Okay. Then is the second one is the attitude of the secret mantrayana. Of course, generally or mainly, it's the same for benefit for the other sentient beings, for lead or take all the being who is suffering in the samsara to lead to Buddhahood. That means the sutra way and the tantra way is the same goal. But the difference is when the sutra way, your attitude is the step by step. Have many steps, different levels. You practice different levels. But as Tantra way, immediately you practice pure perception. That means direct you practice the result. It's not going to step by step. That is different. The Tantra way is free from all the conception. Sutra way, of course, you slowly go, step by step. Finally, the result, the goal is the same. Then also, Tantra is a lot of methods. It is rich in methods. If you use those methods, then it's not difficult to reach the goal, to reach the result. So without difficulties, then can get the goal or can reach the result. That is the different Tantra and the Sutra. So now, how is in the Sutra attitude, the vast attitude, Tantra. Now we are in Tantra. How we practice. This is in Tantra we said everything is circumstantial and it depends entirely on one's aspiration. It's very, very condensed, easy way. That means everything is circumstantial. It's go the right way or go the wrong way. It depends your aspiration. This is already I mentioned last Sunday. For example, when you sleep, sleepiness itself, the essence of sleepiness is neutral. It's not positive, not negative. But since we are practitioners, we have to try to this neutral sleepiness turn forward good actions, positives. How we turn the direction of positive, the good intention. We need intention. If we have good attention, then this neutral also transform the positive, or you can say turn forward the direction of positive good actions. It's the same like here also. It depends entirely on one's aspirations. Then in Tantra, when we practice Tantra, always is pure perceptions important. Direct, we practice pure perception. Our attitude is practice the pure perception. Then maybe people may think pure perception is something a good attitude. Of course, it's a good attitude. Why? Because if in your mind, your perception is pure, then cannot have any emotions. Because everything's pure. Pure peace. There's no place for the emotions. Why we have many emotions coming? In our mind, it's very difficult to arise pure perception. Then we have many thoughts, we have many doubts. Then we can see many negative things. Then more and more develop, increase emotions in our mind. That's the problem. Why we are practicing now, or Sutra way, Tantra way, doesn't matter. Why we practice? We trying to get the result, what is a reality. We want to understand or realize the reality. reality, if you understand or realize the reality, there's no impure, of course. There's no emotions. So that's why Tantra way, direct we practice the pure perception. For example, even we are listening something, or maybe the studying something, or maybe practice something, or maybe we meditate something. Whatever we are doing, we are thinking always. We are meditate always. Five perfections. Five perfections. Why we need to five perfections? This is we are meditate pure perception. The area is pure. Our teachers also pure, pure, and our Dharma brothers and sisters also pure. Our word is pure. Then there's nothing unpure or in this world. Everything is pure. That is the Tantra when we start or begin the practice pure perception. Especially when in the Tantra, our Lama is very important because Root teacher is embodiment or embodies the essence of all the Buddha, the 3 times. Then maybe some people think this is really religious way, because Lama is important, Root teacher is important. This is maybe wrong misunderstand why the Lama is important. Why we say always when we practice Tantra, always Lama is most important. Why we do like this? Our goal is we want to understand reality. We want to realize, or how to say, the Buddhahood, realize Buddhahood. But it's for the moment, our level is ordinary level. It's far from it. It's difficult to connect them. We cannot connect direct because it's a different level, totally different level. We are full of ignorance. Even we don't know how to connect. Then we need between there some like connection helper. We need something like a bridge. This is from our level to the Buddhahood level. Between this connection is our Lama. That's why Tantra, we need Lama is very important because we want to practice direct the result. Then we need to this guide between them. Easily example. For example, we are the one side of this mountain, but we want to go the other side mountain. But the other side mountain, we don't know. We don't have any experience. Even we cannot imagine. Maybe it's easy, go there, somehow it's easy. Maybe it's very dangerous. So, in our side on the mountain, there's one guide who have more experience than us. Then we ask to him, but he will explain if you go the other side of mountain, you have to go this way. then you right, then left. You can find like 3 ways, 2 ways. Then maybe left is no, this right one. This is one is the wrong path, one is like right path. He will explain. But when he explain, we need to listen his the explanation, and also when we go there, we have to carefully practice or experience what he said, or we have to follow. Maybe this is more easy to understand. We have to follow what his advice. Otherwise, maybe if he says, oh, he says something explain, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to the top of a mountain, then I'm going to the other side of the mountain. Maybe when we arrive there, it's very difficult to understand which is a good path. Maybe difficult to know. Then that time, oh, I didn't listen, but he said something, explained, but now I don't remember that also. Now that time it's quite difficult. That's why our connection, the root teacher, what he's saying, we have to listen carefully, and also we have to follow his advice, because he's the most experienced, already got experience. Otherwise, we don't have any experience. That's why in Tantra, if you direct to practice the result, then we need to one guide, a good guide. And also, of course, we need to really rely on him. He he leads somewhere we have to follow. Something like this, maybe not very good example, but why we need always Lama, root teacher, Tantra, because we need this connection. In the Tantra, of course, the Lamas, we said, oh, his body is the Sangha, his speech is Dharma, then his mind is Buddha. Sometimes may some people this little bit strange, but his body is Sangha. Yes, his body is Sangha. If you think, what does mean Sangha? In Tibetan we call Gendun. What does mean Gendun? Someone who have good attention about the virtual things. This we call Gendun. Of course, our Lama have good attention about virtual, positive, good actions. That's why we said Lama is a Gendun. Then our Lama's speech, Dharma. Of course, Lama's speech always Dharma. Lama's whole life is speech Dharma. He's given the advice for the others. What does mean the Dharma? Then maybe someone wants to know why is Dharma, his speech Dharma. Dharma is if someone made a mistake, is take wrong way, then for the correct, not this way. You have to do this way. This is the correct way. This one is, we said, Dharma. Something wrong, you correct. Lama's advice will correct us, showing direction, showing path. That's why this is a speech is a Dharma. Then mind is the Buddha. Of course, the Lama who has the most experience in this world about the Buddhahood, about the omniscience, about the nirvana. So this mind is similar as a Buddha. That's why we said our root teacher is Sangha, our root teacher's speech is Dharma, our root teacher's mind is Buddha. So on. You can say again like three roots, Yedam, Kando, but there are many explanations, but it maybe it's the three kayas, something like we don't need to detail all of them. Just I wanted to know, but sometimes have this doubt why we always rely on Lama. Whatever he said we follow. Why we follow? We can find our way. And Buddhist also, some people think Buddhist, we think is a philosophy, but somehow it's not really philosophy. It's like Lamaism or something like religious. Looks like we need Lama. We have to rely on Lama. What Lama said we have to follow. But this is the wrong way. As a Buddhist, you don't need to. Never say you must do this, you must do follow, you must do. No. The Buddha says, if you do this way, you can get a result this one. You do this one, you can get this result. What you are going to do, you choose. Your choice. Your choice. If you do good things, you get a good result. If you do bad things, you get bad result. If you rely on one good guide, you can get a good path. If you don't rely on any guide, then maybe you will lose your path. This is the Buddhist. It's not something like really religious. Someone say ordered. If you don't do this one, then you have problems. Not like this. Oh yeah, that is the most important to understand why we rely on a root teacher. Why is a benefit? Why really important? Is there a benefit? If we taught this root teacher, is there some problems? This is somehow we have to understand. Then when you understand that, then okay, now I need guide also. Only guide is not enough. I have to carefully listen how he explained the way of going to liberation or the Buddhahood, I can say. And also it's not enough. I have to keep in my mind. That's the important. That is the point you have to keep in your mind. In the Buddhist Tantra way, there's many visualizations. Sometimes some people may think that is something like children doing. Children, when we are a child, we think if I have a nice house, nice car, or maybe it's nomads. When I was nomads, always I'm like, imagine I have a lot of horses, sheep. I have some there, but it's still not enough. When I child times, I need many horses, but like white horse, like a black horse. This is like a create in my mind. Also, like we like a cat, a dogs. Of course, cat, dog seem like us, want to talk. They talk us. We talk with them. This is like we create in our mind. But the visualization is not like that. It's different. Visualization to help us understand how things are in reality. Now we visualize some pure perception, pure land. This is reality. It is something not we are temporarily like creating, something that does not really exist. No, we are visualize for understand or realize the reality. It's not like playing children. It's not like create children's mind. Well, that is something like a resume about the attitude. Now, easy way attitude, the vast attitude about the bodhicitta way, bodhisattva, bodhicitta, and also tantrayana way. The both is similar, but there's some different way. When we start practice, also different. One is thinking about all the sentient beings, slowly try to lead them that Buddhahood. One is thinking the sentient beings, but it's at the beside, at the same time, all is like illusion, all is pure land. Our land is pure land. The sentient beings is pure. Myself is pure. All is pure. That is a little bit different way. Otherwise, the goal is the same, and finally the result also same. Then it's a conduct. It's a conduct. There are also two conduct: to avoid and what to do. When we talk about conduct, the right conduct while we listen to teaching is described in terms of what to avoid and what to do. Avoid is what we have to abandon. Abandon. For example, I'm not going to one by one. This is as easy. Everybody already memorized. So there's like noiki kyonsam tomatic muzunba. This noiki kyonsam is there's three defects of the port, and also the 16 and the 5 wrong ways of remembrance. Those are as which we have to avoid, we have to abandon. Why? Because we have if we have those things, then our practice, our listenings, our meditation cannot go like right way. Those is something like a obstacle to make our the positive things and doing the positive things. So this we cannot have. These are we have to try to avoid. We have to get out from those defects. That is important. When the teacher gives us the instructions, explainings, what they are given, how to listen to the Dharma and how to apply this Dharma. And also they teach us how to give up negative actions and also how to perform positive ones and how to practice. This is a teacher advise us, or we can say instruction, explaining us. This is the teacher's job. The teacher's responsible. They have to explain those things, otherwise we don't know. And also the disciples have also some responsible. The disciples also have a job. Their job they have to do. The ones that Dalai Lama says, I finished my job now, I'm going. What are you what's doing? So now it's your job. I said something like this way. So the teachers have job, then ourselves also we have job. What teacher explained, what he mentioned about all those things, what I mentioned before, then the disciples also to remember those instructions. That's important. Forget nothing. To put them into practice. Also to realize them. This is a disciple's job. For example, the teacher gives many instructions, explanation, and Peter instructions, many methods. But the disciples don't follow, don't take serious, lazily just beside ear gone this old explanation, then it's almost useless. Almost. When you listen to Dharma, you're not really serious, but you can hear this voice, only this voice. So maybe this perhaps you have some benefits by this itself when you hear something, listen something. But it's not very big result. 100% cannot have big result. Unless you remember what you hear. The meaning of the teaching, which is no different from not having heard it at all. That means, for example, if you don't keep it in your mind, if you not listen seriously, then something like almost you nothing heard something. Almost you nothing hear this Dharma. But maybe you hear something, a voice. We can't say there's not at all benefit. Maybe there's some benefits, but very small. 100% is very small. But even you, okay, now we think, okay, we have to remember this, what teacher said. Now, that's the important. Yes, that's the important. But if you remember the teachings, but cannot mix this teaching with your negative emotions. If you mix with negative emotions, even you remember, then that is not works. Maybe it will be create of negative as possible also. For example, the teaching is maybe good food. But if you mixed with negative emotions, then in the food you put some poisons. Then this food is not benefit at all, not help at all your body. Maybe it's also destroy your body as possible. So when you mixed the teaching, if you even you remember, but if you mixed with emotions, then this is not pure Dharma. That means when you study something, when you practice, when you meditate, any kind of virtual things, if you have little bit with emotions, maybe you want to be famous, That's why you are doing these things. Or maybe you have like egoist, or maybe you have pride. So, oh, now I'm a super. If you have these emotions, then you are doing outside. You people can see you are doing something like good things, but it's a reality, maybe not good result. Uh, that's why all the practitioners before long times, the old practitioners almost say same way, same words. If you dharma not seriously practice, experience, then sometime dharma make birth low realms or something. I can't really explain the translator, sorry. But the meaning is if you not properly practice dharma, if you not properly use the dharma make problems. Normally, why we are practice dharma? Because we want to lead the other beings from samsara to nirvana. And also, we want to ourselves also to go to nirvana or some like Bodhisattvas level. Then we have more power to help others. This is our goal. But if you do dharma with your emotions, then it's not become this cause. This cause maybe of the low realms as possible. That's why when we do dharma, major a lot of things, or things, big activities, or the small things, minors, any kind activities, you always be careful, check, analyze in your mind streams, in your mind. This is what kind motivation I have. What kind intention I have. Why I'm do this dharma? It is for who? For whom? Or for whose benefit? Benefit for whom? That is the most important. First, you analyze your mind. Secondly, if this is the correct way, then you start do it. When you start do it, then don't live there. Don't be like laziness. Try to until the end to make effort, put effort. This effort is necessary. It's easily to go the Buddhahood. Of course, it's not easy. It's rare. We can't say easily to go Buddhahood. There may be some fortunate or some fortunate disciples, student, already year in the year, or maybe it's a lifetimes, many lifetimes already did many good things. Now this is maybe the last life in this samsara. It's possible. Those people, maybe they don't need many effort. So just a small effort, small condition, rely on this, then they are going to immediately high level after they don't need to wander in the samsara by this karmic. So this is the another level, the another group. But this is we know ourselves. We can check our mind. Which level is not very difficult to know. You can check your mind, your emotions, your understanding. your motivations, then we can more and less we can see ourselves. This is always important. In the Dharma point of view, first you analyze and check yourself. First you correct yourself. First educate yourself. That is the most important. So today we just resume about attitude, which is the attitude, the vast attitude, bodhicitta, and also the attitude, mantrayana, secret mantrayana. Thank you very much. Next time we are going to follow from the conduct also what we have to adopt. That is the next time. Thank you very much.